Now at 10, Bridgman's Blueberry Farm kicked off the 2023 blueberry season with an opening day celebration. Plus, Carthage residents spent their Saturday at Kellogg Lake for an annual kids fishing day. And how a small town brewery in southwest Missouri is making a name for itself with its unique take on beers.
The 4 states' most watched news starts now.
Thank you for joining us tonight. I'm Amber Jenkins. A head-on crash near Columbus, Kansas claimed the life of a Joplin woman. It happened after 4 p.m. yesterday. Authorities responded to the crash on Highway 160, about 6 miles west of Columbus. They say a pickup left the right side of the road and hit a car head-on. The driver of the car, 67-year-old Violet Knowles of Joplin, was pronounced dead at the scene. The driver of the truck suffered minor injuries. A passenger in the truck was seriously injured. Meteorologist Sam Lane joins us for the first look at weather.
All right, thank you, Amber. We have showers and thunderstorms on radar. Not all that much going on right now in our immediate area. We're watching a cluster of storms in north central Kansas. That is forming along a cold front that will be moving towards us overnight, and that's when we're going to see the rain chances increase. A little bit closer into home, you can see some showers near Humboldt and also south of Moran near Elsmore, stretching on over towards Uniontown, and a little bit over to the east near Nevada or south of Nevada, a little shower there near Drywood, and that is about it. But we are going to see those showers developing in the overnight hours as temperatures drop through the 70s into the 60s by morning. And looking down the lane, we do have those scattered showers and storms tonight. A little bit of a cool spell for your Tuesday as well as Sunday and Monday, and unsettled next weekend and a slow warming trend towards summer. And I'll have all the details in just a little while.
Bridgman Blueberry Farm in Webb City celebrated its highly anticipated opening day 2023. Families and berry enthusiasts flocked to the picturesque farm to handpick blueberries from the abundant bushes. The atmosphere was brimming with happiness and delight. Bridgman's Blueberry Farm opening day 2023 marked the beginning of a fruitful season, uniting the community in a shared love for berries.
Everything mowed really nice, everything's super clean and easy to do. And it's really important for people to see where their food comes from. And they're used to seeing it in the store, but they don't really understand where it comes from and the work that it takes to get it. And so there's nothing better than being able to provide that for the community.
More than 500 people have picked berries over the opening weekend. Young anglers are in for a day filled of fish excitement and educational experiences at the 2022 annual Kids Fishing Day, which took place at Kellogg Lake in Carthage. The event, exclusively designed for children aged 15 and under, ran from 8 a.m. to noon. It was sponsored by the Missouri Department of Conservation, the City of Carthage, the Kellogg Lake Group, and various local businesses. The event promises to provide young participants with the chance to reel in fish while fostering their understanding of the art and science of fishing. The Spiva Art Center in Joplin is set to host Arts on Tap, an event catering exclusively to adults aged 21 and over. The event aims to celebrate the Spiva members. The evening was filled with live performances, interactive installations, and an array of craft beers on tap. This celebration seeks to foster a sense of community while showcasing the vibrant art scene within the Spiva community.
Showing appreciation to our membership is so important. They are what makes Spiva Tech. They're the lifeblood behind what we do. The artists, the members, community can all come out and support Spiva, and they do that throughout the year, and so we love to be able to give back to them every year with this event.
Over 200 members attended the event. A brewery in a small southwest Missouri town is making a name for itself, both regionally and internationally. This weekend, they're celebrating 3 years of service to the community. KOAM producer Zach Dobbs paid a visit to see what makes them stand out from the rest.
You know, I've been coming here for 2.5 years, but tonight it's just the craziest I've seen it.
Beard Engine Brewing Co. in Alba, Missouri has made a name for itself in just 3 years. The brewery isn't just in any town, it's in a town of 550.
It was wanting to be in a small town, it was wanting to be in a destination area and just kind of on the outskirts. We are sandwiched between 2 highways, so we weren't super worried about the traffic.
Missouri Magazine's named Beard Engine the 2022 and 2023 Best Brewing Company in the state, and internationally, they earned a platinum, silver, and bronze medal at the 2022 annual Brewski Awards. They pride themselves on their unique take on beer.
And my husband has a background, his family history is English and Wales, and so he started looking into different brewing types that aren't done really well, like widely. He wanted the most obscure types of beer, and he wanted to be good at them.
In my head, like, this might work, these flavors might work, and if I can do something that works in another market, then I feel like I've done something pretty unique.
TIFF estimates they've been close to 300 breweries researching different beers, and they've hosted travelers from all across the world, even from Iceland.
Yeah, and they're doing a flight. Yeah, and then she's closing out. Yeah.
And a lot of customers enjoy the unique aesthetic the brewery brings.
It's more steampunk vibes. Like, I mean, I don't know any other place here that's in the 4 states, honestly, that's like steampunk that I've been to. It feels really welcoming and warm.
So being an English brewery, when we took over the space, we wanted to keep the aesthetics of the Old Miners Inn, the French restaurant in here, the archways. There was really no way to incorporate that without bringing in the steampunk elements.
Nate says the brewery hopes to reach markets by the end of next month, including Joplin, Kansas City, and Springfield, and increase their reach as a small-town brewery, showing that even the little guys can make an impact. Reporting in Alba, Zach Dobbs, KOAM News.
Some unique beer flavors include a horchata and coffee milk stout and chocolate milk stout. Their 3-year celebration will kick back off tomorrow. Coming up, the White House holds a pride event for the LGBTQ community. Plus, former President Donald Trump holds his first rally since being indicted over classified documents. Next weekend, President Biden will attend his first political rally since launching his re-election bid. Biden will travel to Philadelphia on June 17th, returning to a key battleground state that helped him win in 2020. The event was organized by union members, but the details weren't immediately available on which labor groups were involved. President Biden and First Lady Dr. Jill Biden are making Pride Month at the White House. They welcome members of the LGBTQ+ community to the South Lawn on Saturday for a celebratory picnic and concert. The president told those assembled that they are loved and that they are heard. He praised the extraordinary courage of LGBTQ+ Americans and said no one should have to fear for their safety. The president said protecting the rights of LGBTQ+ citizens is a top priority of his administration here at home and abroad. Former President Trump held his first rally since being indicted over alleged mishandling of classified documents. CBS News correspondent Kristen Benedez reports from Miami, where Mr. Trump will appear in court on Tuesday.
Former President Trump in Georgia.
This vicious persecution is a travesty of justice.
Lashed out in his first public appearance since the 37-count indictment against him over mishandling of classified material after leaving the White House.
The ridiculous and baseless indictment of me by the Biden administration's weaponized Department of Injustice will go down as among the most horrific abuses of power in the history of our country.
The indictment is the culmination of a 14-month investigation into the former president, which included an FBI search warrant at his Mar-a-Lago estate in Palm Beach. Photos from the 49-page federal indictment reveal boxes and boxes of documents stashed in a bathroom, in a public ballroom, even under a water pipe. It alleges Mr. Trump told his attorney, "Wouldn't it be better if we just told them we don't have anything here?" later suggesting that his attorney hide or destroy documents demanded by a subpoena.
We have one set of laws in this country, and they apply to everyone.
Out on the campaign trail Saturday, some of the candidates vying for the GOP nomination spoke out about the indictment.
I'm deeply troubled to see this indictment move forward.
It's important that we take it seriously. We don't diminish it.
Prosecutors say over 100 documents were recovered and say they have an audio recording where Trump appears to acknowledge he has classified information. Cristian Benavides, CBS News, Miami.
Security preparation is already underway at the Miami courthouse where former President Trump will appear on Tuesday. A little later, the Missouri State Park is warning lake goers against swimming this weekend. We'll have the details.
We're also going to take a look at the showers and thunderstorms developing on radar that's going to be moving into our area overnight, as well as the rest of your weekend when we come back. Well, friends, this morning we had quite a shower and thunderstorm activity roll across our area, and it looks like we're going to be in for another night of that. Let's start out this morning at Syndica, Missouri, at Indigo Sky Casino and Resort. You can see the clouds this morning, and then as the afternoon progressed, we did get a little bit of sunshine this afternoon, and then more showers and thunderstorms are developing back towards the north and west, and that's going to be moving in our direction. A beautiful sunset, though, down in Syndica, Missouri. And let's take a look at the high today. It was up to 80 degrees, which was comfortable. 85 the normal, so we were a little bit below on that. Of course, we weren't anywhere near the records, but look at the rainfall. We're already an inch behind on the month and about 7¼ inches behind for the year, and that's not counting last year's drought. So we're still in the throes of a severe drought. You can see the storms developing up to the north and west in northwestern Kansas, kind of forming into a line now. That's the cold front that's moving in our direction, and those storms are going to continue to develop and grow into the overnight hours. We could see some gusty winds, maybe some small hail, but the good news is lots of rainfall for some folks. Right now we have a few showers just southwest of Burlington and also north of Yates Center. Also a pretty good storm there north of El Dorado. Temperatures right now are in the 70s, so they're very comfortable. 70 in Monette, same thing in Anderson, 72 in Grove. A little bit warmer over in Parsons where they're checking in with 75 right now, 74 up there in Chinook. Rain chances, they're going to be higher tonight and into the early morning hours, and then they decrease through most of the day tomorrow, and then they pick up again as we head into late tomorrow night and early Monday morning, but not as big of a chance of precipitation. And speaking of precipitation, tonight's rainfall totals are expected to be the highest basically from Yates Center to Parsons to Joplin to Neosho and points north and east. Lesser amounts down to the south and west, unfortunately for Oklahoma and northwestern Arkansas. Severe chances, we're not really concerned about that tonight. There is an outside chance of a few isolated to scattered thunderstorms becoming strong tonight. The severe weather tomorrow is going to be from Arkansas over to the Tennessee River Valley and also the high plains of Colorado and the Texas and Oklahoma panhandles. So we're not really concerned, but we will keep an eye on it for you. Temperatures tonight are going to drop through the 70s into the 60s with those scattered showers and storms. By 3 a.m., they'll be moving into the northwestern part of our area, then a couple of hours later moving into the metro area, and then rapidly moving off towards the south and east. And then we'll start to see scattered showers and storms again in the afternoon with highs in the upper 70s. And then as we move into Sunday night, the cooler air really starts to move in with temperatures dropping down into the mid 50s. That's a night you want to open your windows and enjoy the nice cooler and drier air. Then as we head into Monday, scattered thunderstorms are likely going to be down to the south in Oklahoma with highs in the upper 70s to around 80 degrees. And then on Tuesday morning, another cool morning with lows in the 50s across the region. Over the next 7 days, here's the forecast. Storms tonight, best chance overnight into the morning hours, and then 20% on Monday and Tuesday, but at least cool with highs in the around 80. And then we start to get close to 90 as we head towards next weekend. And so summertime is not that far behind, Amber, with temperatures in the mid 90s.
Yep, those numbers are getting pretty up there.
They're getting up there.
We're getting there. Thank you. An advisory yesterday about swimming at a public beach at Palm de Terre Lake. Marina Silva was there and found people still in the water.
This bright yellow sign as you enter the Hermitage Beach area of Palm de Terre State Park, warning you swimming is not recommended by the Department of Natural Resources. For some people, like Georgia, they still want to enjoy the water.
Yeah, the kids went in. I didn't go in today, but I've been swimming down here every day. It's good.
This is the only state park in the state with the warning right now.
We're testing the water for the water quality for basically E. coli. We're testing to see how much E. coli is in the water.
Every Monday from Memorial Day to Labor Day, the state tests. While E. coli is usually found in most water, if it's too high, DNR puts out a warning.
It's just a natural occurring thing. What has been determined is for some reason there may be more of it this week in that Hermitage sample than what is normally there.
Hicks says there are several reasons the E. coli levels could be high.
Sometimes we will see elevated results because it's been raining in an area, and then the water runoff from around the lake, the runoff will come into the lake and it will throw those readings off. But after a while, once the water circulates, maybe for several days or a week, it will return back below 190.
As for Georgia, she says they still want to enjoy the beach.
I don't care what they say.
While most strands of E. coli are not dangerous to people, some can cause illnesses like diarrhea or urinary tract infections. Other infections could be severe or even life-threatening. They don't plan to test the lake water again until Monday, so the warning will stay through the weekend. Still ahead, the Joplin Outlaws continue their 7-game road trip. And the St. Louis Cardinals try to extend their 2-game winning streak. John Dales has those stories and more after the break.
Welcome into sports. I'm John Dales. The high school softball season long gone, but the Kansas coaches just released their all-state teams, and there are plenty of local players featured on that list. Starting first with the Columbus Titans, 4 players received all-state recognition: Grace Major, Addison Saporito, Caitlin Simpson. All 3 of them received first-team all-state honors, and second-team all-state Caitlin Lopp is a second-team all-state infielder, well-deserved for a team that earned a trip to the state tournament this past season. Elsewhere, Frontenac has 5 players on the Class 3A all-state team: Mia Brown and Abby Beeman on the first team, with Avery Johnson, Hattie Pyle, and Annie Lee on the second team. Raiders were excellent this season as well, falling to Columbus in the 3A Regional Championship in extra innings. And Galena has 2 members of its squad getting mentioned as well: Mia Sarwinski, first-team all-state infielder, and Blaze McNeamer, who will play D1 softball in North Texas next year as first-team all-state outfielder. And in Class 5A, the Pittsburgh Purple Dragons are well represented. Maddie Burdick, second-team all-state catcher. Rory Hunziker receives honorable mention as a pitcher. From softball to baseball, Joplin's Summer League baseball team, the Outlaws, in the midst of a long 7-game road trip. Last night they were blown out 8-1 by St. Joseph. Tonight they played the Clarinda A's. Heading into that game, Outlaws still in first place in the Mink League South Division, even after losing 2 games in a row. Clarinda has a .500 record with 3 wins and 3 losses, and it's the first time this summer that the Outlaws have traveled there. We'll keep you updated on the score as this one plays out. To professional baseball, Cardinals, winners of 2 in a row entering today. That's news considering St. Louis hasn't won consecutive games for almost a month preceding that. Taking on the Reds, trying to make it 3 in a row. First inning, no score when deep into the gap, Tommy Edman makes an incredible diving catch to keep this one scoreless. On the warning track, Miles Michaelis tips his cap. Still no score, second inning with the bases loaded. This time, though, that one's going to get far out of reach. Luke Maley turns on the double, and 3-0. The Reds take a huge lead after that one. 3 runs scored in that inning. In the third inning now, Reds up 5-0 at this point. Andrew Abbott cruising on the mound. He strikes out Tommy Edman looking. Then he gets Paul Goldschmidt swinging. Abbott went 5 2/3 inning, didn't allow any runs. 7th inning, 2 on, 5-0 already Reds when Spencer Steer belts one into the gap. Runners hustling all around the bases. Couple would score, and the Reds go on to win it 8-4. Things have been really rough for the Cards so far this season. Same is true with the Royals. Entering today, Kansas City has the 2nd worst record in the American League, but a chance to improve on that on the road at Baltimore. Top of the first, there's no score. Kansas City with 2 on, and Michael Garcia hits one deep. Anthony Santander is there. He makes the catch. Tough to win games when your opponents are making plays like this one. Kept it scoreless in the early going. We fast forward ahead. Second inning, Orioles up 2-0, and Gunnar Henderson takes Brady Singer deep. That one would get up and out of here for a solo home run, his 8th of the season. It puts the Orioles up 3-0 in the 5th inning. 3-1 Baltimore, and Austin Hayes hits one in the hole off Singer. Santander rounds third and comes around to score. Singer gets pulled after going 4 1/3. In the 8th inning, Adam Frazier hammers one more on for good measure. Orioles go on to win it 6-1. So definitely a tough day for baseball. It's been a tough season for baseball here.
Well, that sounds good, but I just want to say welcome to KOAM and how the 4 states are treating you.
Thank you for the welcome. The 4 states been treating me well so far. You know, moved here not really knowing the area very much, not knowing anybody here, but just been here a couple of weeks and I've definitely enjoyed it so far.
Nice. You're going to get very familiar.
Yeah.
We'll be right back. Here's a story that will warm your heart tonight. Second graders at a local school meeting their pen pals for the first time. But these aren't just any pen pals. They're veterans. Reporter Sean English was there and has the details.
Friendships on paper turned to friendships forever this afternoon at KOAM Elementary. This all started last Veterans Day when these second graders started sending notes to veterans. Some turned out to be more than just a pen pal.
When I didn't know anything about the program until I got Brooklyn's letter and I was having a bad day. And she just put a big smile on my face. And it was a special day, and we gotten pretty close. And she writes all the time, and I enjoy writing her back. So we've actually bonded pretty close.
This program is a part of SAVE, which stands for Students and Veterans Engaging, a way for these second graders to practice writing and meet their heroes. Something that puts a smile on the faces of brave men and women who served our country. This actually wasn't even scheduled to take part on D-Day. It was just a coincidence. Today, 79 years ago, was D-Day?
I didn't even realize that, no. And that's amazing. I did not know that. So yeah, having this on this day is pretty spectacular.
Veterans from 3 different states attended, meeting kids that they've been interacting with for the last 7 months. Many pen pals plan to stay in contact this summer, despite vacation starting next week.
Thank you, Bo.
You're welcome, bro.
Wow, I bet those are some beautiful letters. Well, what's going on with weather?
Well, we have some storms developing that's going to be rolling into our area overnight and into the early morning hours, and then more scattered thunderstorms possible tomorrow afternoon. Then the rain chances start to decrease as we go into Monday and Tuesday, but at least temperatures will be around 80 degrees. But then look at the 90s. They start to show up as we head towards next weekend with some thunderstorms possible in the morning hours as we go into a northwest flow pattern. But summer is right around the corner.
And yes, it is. That's our time for now. Thank you for making us a part of your night.